Hey everybody, this is Brandon with My Performance Docs, here with Dr. James from My Performance Docs. We've got another workout for you, a little bit different here, kind of focusing on some different muscle groups here, but it's going to be 10 minutes long. We're going to take you through it. It's 2 rounds, 5 minutes each, all right? So here we go.
All right.
We're going to get the clock started here for us again.
Oh, I'm over eager. Hey, and he's modest. He's a doctor too. He's also a doctor of physical therapy. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, sorry. Dr. Brandon, my bad, y'all. All right, so James is going to start off with 30 seconds clockwise abduction circles. And if you followed our other video, we got circles here, but we're in a different plane of motion. So it's working shoulder muscles a little bit differently. So notice here, he's got his arm straight out to the side, basically parallel with the floor. And he's just making a nice, slow, controlled circle. Can't see from this angle here, but he's making a circle clockwise. And again, if you watch our other video, don't get too caught up in clockwise, counterclockwise. Make your arm rotate one direction. The next 30 seconds, we're going to rotate it the opposite, all right? Doing good. All right, let's switch directions here. So that was 30 seconds.
And if you didn't watch our other video, hey, after you do this one, not tomorrow, but the next day, watch our other video.
Yeah, it was good too. A little bit different, yeah. So don't necessarily have to start out at the first video in this series. You could start here. We got another video that's going to be coming. So yeah, you could even start there if you're a little late catching up. All right, so we're almost there. We got 5 more seconds.
That's good.
And then we're going to go into something called chain breakers. Yeah. And time. All right, we're swapping out. So he's going to something called chain breakers here. So working shoulders, working some chest, working some back muscles here. And he's just moving his arms forward and backwards, making a little crisscross. So notice here his arms are alternating which one's over the top, which one's underneath. I would say it's not super important, but I think if we're talking symmetry and trying to be even and symmetrical, it's good to make that swap. Muscles work a little bit differently as we get into a different position for not only the joint, but also for the muscles too. Muscles produce a certain amount of force or strength based on their position and their length. So we're working through a good full range here. As he comes back, he's probably getting a little bit of stretch in the pec there. So there's some flexibility and mobility. Yep. And then as he comes forward, getting a little bit of stretch across the back side of the shoulder and into his back a little bit. All right. And again, working all those muscles. Almost there. We got 8 seconds, and then we're going to be swapping over to something else.
It's a long 60 seconds.
It's a long 60 seconds.
Yeah, it is.
Good stuff. All right, and we're switching. Right here, we got some heel raises. All right. So here, we'd like for you guys to start off with a little bit of support, all right, just for some balance stuff. I'm going to grab this camera, kind of pan in right here on Dr. James as he's doing these. All right. So check him out. He's got his arms supported on the wall. This could also be a countertop too. If you saw the other videos that we had, we gave you an option there, countertop or using the wall. Either one. If you got some balance deficiencies here, last thing we want to do is fall while we're trying to exercise and get better. That's certainly a detriment to your health and not going to be beneficial. So if you need the support, take it. But if you feel like you don't and your balance is pretty good, certainly you don't have to. But notice he's giving a good push here with the balls of his feet coming up on the toes. Heels are coming up, working his calves, a little tension through the Achilles there. And certainly he could probably attest to this a little bit, but you got to use some other muscles around your hips to stabilize some. All right, we got 5 more seconds, so we're going to flow right back into another one. All right, here we go. He's going to flow right into the next exercise here.
So here, as you see, I've got my same counter support here. And I'm moving my arm up, out, and back. Call these Y, T's, and I's. And I'd like to add, too, Brandon mentioned on the last exercise, the countertop support. Hey, if you don't feel like that's enough support and you feel like your balance is really bad, go see a physical therapist. I can't think of anybody better positioned to help you with your bad balance than the musculoskeletal experts.
Yeah, definitely experts on the musculoskeletal system, experts on movement, and as the title of our company, our video is concerned, My Performance Docs. Boom. Yeah, so sorry, not keeping up with time there. Yes, should have switched arms here. So notice how he's lifting up in front, getting good range, trying to get up even with his upper body. Same thing when he comes to the side, same thing back. And again, different plane of motion for the joint, and so therefore using just some different muscles there. All right, let's go ahead and switch to our last one here. So on this next one, we're going to do some bent over rows. We're going to do single arm at a time. So he's getting his good support there with his right arm, right on the countertop here. And then he's just basically pulling straight up with that left arm. Try to get your elbow in line with your upper body or slightly past, okay? Just a good, slow, controlled pull. Getting a lot of muscles here in the back, getting some shoulder again, getting a little bit of his bicep there. All right, let's go ahead and swap. All right, so 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other. I've seen these called lawnmowers before. Kind of old school there. I don't know if a lot of you guys have
a jet ski, maybe.
Lawnmowers that are riding mowers and you just turn the key these days. But I remember when I was a kid and Dad had me cutting grass, I had to pull that thing and then I had to turn around and push it across the grass to get it cut. All right, and we're going to stop here. There's time. So there's 5 minutes. So now we're going to go in for round 2. So back to the first one that we did. So we got some clockwise and counterclockwise circles again out to the side.
Now, if you start noticing that your feet are lifting off the floor when you're doing these, your intensity is too high. So slow it down a little bit. Take off a little bit. You don't want to be making everybody else watching you feel bad, feel guilty, embarrassing them.
Not trying to levitate just yet. Maybe some future videos there. All right, change directions. We're getting a little bit off on time there. So, hey, one recommendation here. We got the clock back behind us here just because it's mounted to the wall. But if you're doing these at home, set your clock where you can see it out in front, whether it's digital or analog. But hey, like we talked about earlier, if it's an analog clock and we're looking at it, we might be able to differentiate between clockwise and counterclockwise.
This is true.
All right, almost there. 3 seconds. 2, 1, back into chain breakers. All right. Those shoulders getting toasty?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean,
good stuff.
A little bit. So all the our goal for these two is to give you some good quality activity without having you buy anything yet. Now, we're gonna get to where we recommend some stuff, but right now, again, these are exercises for people that really don't know if they're even that into exercise. So we don't want you going and investing a lot of money on equipment when you're not even sure that you're going to use it.
Yeah, for sure. I think picking equipment's important too. You know, what's a good brand? Is it quality stuff? Is it equipment that you're not going to get hurt doing? So in the future, we'll get to some things like that, and we'll make sure we share some good quality info with you guys. So we got 15 seconds more, Dr. James, and then we're going to be swapping our next one again here in round 2 of this workout.
Those are going to be the heel raises again.
Almost there.
It's got a little,
5 seconds.
Toasty in the
a little toasty there. And swap. Heel
medius soleus combo.
All right, so nice and smooth again, making sure getting those heels up. Should feel this in your calves a good bit. So calves are one of those muscles that we use every single step that we take. Every time that we take a step, if we swing with our left leg, our right one is pushing off, and so that's a lot of calf right into our foot. One thing that we might not think about too much here, because we're talking about calves, Achilles here, but you got to use some foot muscles too as you come up onto those toes, right? We won't get too specific here. We'll kind of geek out on you guys if we're not careful. We love talking about anatomy and biomechanics. It's pretty cool. It's fun stuff.
One fun fact about the calf is that the contraction of the calf muscle actually helps to get blood back up to the heart through the venous system. So, yeah, fun fact.
Boom. All right, almost there. 3 seconds. And now we're going to be swapping back into I's, Y's, and T's. All right, so nice, slow, controlled motion. So I'm going to point out something here as he's lifting up. We'll see it a little bit more so when he goes back to the eye, but notice his thumb's leading this motion up here, right? Again, we won't dive off into biomechanics too much in the shoulder, but when your shoulder comes up into this position, when the thumb leads it, that's proper biomechanics for the shoulder. If we did thumb down and you tried to lift up in front, wouldn't quite get there. Again, mechanics there within the shoulder. All right, swap arms for me. So swapping over right side here. Notice that range of motion too, trying to get full range. So if he can get up even with his upper body here in all 3 of those directions, that's going to be what we're looking for. That's what's ideal. That's the goal. All right. How we doing? You feeling pretty good?
Feeling pretty good.
Yeah. Got your heart rate up some?
Yeah. I was just thinking about my shoulder mobility. So I actually had a pec repair about 1.5 years ago.
And switch?
Plugged Dr. Timothy Griffith at Peachtree Orthopedics.
Got some Rose?
Yeah. Rose. So shoulder motion's a lot better. Probably still a little bit less on the right than the left, but we'll keep working it.
That's right. Long recovery on some things like that too. All right, so notice this pull here, lawn mowers we said earlier. I got 5 seconds, and we're swapping over to the right arm. So slow, controlled motion there. All right, swap, right arm. Think about when you pull on this one. Certainly, if we had weight here, and in future videos, we're going to add in some equipment, some weight here. You'd be thinking about pulling that weight, which would be in your hand. But think about your elbow, driving your elbow up towards the ceiling as you pull here. That's going to really help you engage muscles back here more. All right, almost there. 8 seconds here.
And I'm bringing my hand to my hip versus here. That's just nicer to the shoulder. I'm getting better range of motion.
Bam, 10 minutes.
Yeah, that was it. So probably video number 2 for you. Excellent. If it's not, you'll watch video number 1 at a time to be determined. But thank you. Tell your friends, your family, all those about my performance stocks. Dr. Brandon, anything to add?
No, that was good. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Yep, certainly fun for us. All right, see you on the next one.